This was the consciousness of a death row inmate. Shockingly, he was imprisoned in a museum for public viewing. The girl was stunned. It looked far too real. The curator began explaining his background. As it turned out, he had been a convicted murderer. After signing an agreement, his complete consciousness was extracted by the curator. The curator had initially planned to market this neural technology to celebrities and wealthy individuals. Imagine extracting their consciousness after death from a certain perspective. This would be another form of immortality. The wealthy could continue enjoying life's pleasures. But dealing with celebrities and the rich proved too complicated, with human rights issues and legal obstacles that gave the curator endless headaches. So he turned to death row inmates, who only needed to sign an authorization form. After their deaths, their consciousness would be extracted for exhibition, with half the revenue going to their families, ensuring their loved ones would never worry about basic needs again. Hardly any death row inmate would pass up such an opportunity. The man's wife had objected, knowing her husband had been wrongfully convicted, but for lower-class people, getting a case overturned was virtually impossible. The curator's proposal became the best available option. Soon after, the man was executed, and the curator successfully extracted his complete consciousness. His consciousness was transformed into a digital panel and confined in a specially designed prison within the museum. But that wasn't enough. To attract visitors, they had to recreate the execution process. For maximum authenticity, every electrical current was simulated. The consciousness repeatedly experienced the execution. After extensive testing, they determined that as long as it didn't exceed 15 seconds, the consciousness wouldn't collapse. Once unveiled, this exhibit immediately became the museum's crown jewel. People flocked to see it and experienced the thrill of pulling the switch themselves. Since he was a death row inmate, no human rights organizations would speak up for him. Everyone believed he deserved his fate. The curator explained enthusiastically, mentioning how popular the souvenirs were. After each electric shock, a consciousness snapshot would pop out, a small fragment of consciousness permanently trapped in an image. As the curator spoke with increasing excitement, his face flushed red. He began coughing violently, while the girl shot him a look of hatred.